so I don't really know how to go about filming this, so we're just gonna jump right in. All right, so when you come into the room, here is the door. Pardon it, we messed it up building a little bit of the desk here. So this is the first corner of the room, and then I'll just kind of pan over so you can see what the counter space or desk space is like. And we will start on this side of the room. So on this side of the desk, I have my Cricut machine and the accessories, because I have not played with that just yet. I have some art pieces that I've done in the past, and then this one is a recent one. I have my Epson photo scanner. It is a V600 photo scanner. And then this is one of 3 pegboards, and I decided to put all my Cricut accessories there along with the tools, and then I have some little fragile shipping labels and then do not bend stickers up there. And moving on to this side, I have my iPad and my planners and all of my website information in here. I have my laptop. It's a MacBook. It's an old one. I kept the box and I keep it on the box because I know that one day I'm going to spill my coffee and wish that I have it raised up, so that's why I have it on my box, and my box is dirty. I have all of my extenders and things for that, and then my external hard drive. I have my battery charger pack that needs to be plugged in, and one of my cameras. This little basket is full of bits and bobs right now that go with this, because the second pegboard is not full yet, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Here is my first name license plate that my mom found on vacation after 33 years. I finally have one with the correct spelling on it, and I am so happy. So that will be up here. And then I have another little thing of fine liners and extra bits and bobs, some Copic markers and things like that in this little bucket, because I don't really have a specific place for them. My son made me this mug at school for Mother's Day, and I love it, so I just keep my art supplies in here because I don't want to drink out of it. Just a little tea light, my ceramic palette, my little goofy stick light thing that I made, and I have a pastel box, and in here I have some water-soluble graphite, kneaded erasers, some more water-soluble graphite. This is by Durant, this one's by Faber-Castell. Some extra leads for my mechanical pencils, a charcoal sharpener, you know, these little things that come with your graphite kits and charcoal kits so you can sharpen it without sharpening it. I have my styluses, however you say that, another sharpener, a compass, and in here I have a lot of my ink pens. I have a set of Copic, some microns, my Faber-Castell Pitt artist pens, my 2 favorite gray markers that I buy Artist Loft, which I believe is the Michaels brand. I have some Prismacolor brush pens, some Tombow, and then over here I have some of the Zebra brush pens, I think, one in gold and one in black, and then an extra cartridge for that. In this one I have my charcoal pencils, my water brushes, my X-Acto knife, some of the random colored pencils that I got in some of my sketch boxes. I have some of my Kohl Erase colored pencils there. And then up here I have my most used stuff, which would be my favorite Cola Erase color pencils and a Derwent sketching pencil, a Luminance white colored pencil. This is my favorite mechanical pencil. I think I've talked about this in one of my other videos, but I just absolutely love this mechanical pencil. Is definitely my favorite. Some white gel pens, a Pentel. I think this is a stylo. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ink pens too. Some more kneaded erasers, my Tombow Mono erasers with the special nibs on them. They're great. Over here I have some pencil extenders. And then moving on to the third pegboard. And none of this stuff is set in stone. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to work right now. But so I have my brushes and my watercolor jars here, some masking tape in the basket above. I have all of my inks. I have my little ink tints color chart thingamajig here. And this one, these are just little old white t-shirts that my kids used to wear that they grew out of, and I like to use these instead of paper towel. So in this bin I have my Derwent sharpener, my Faber-Castell sharpener, my color wheel, some gesso, my titanium white and touch-up texture from Brush and Pencil, some gouache, masking fluid, and then I have my dip pen and nibs in here. And up here I just have some extra scraps of glassine and some teeny tiny sketchbooks that I didn't really know what to do with, so I just kind of put them in there, and some Mod Podge. I don't really use a lot of Mod Podge, but I'm just sticking it there for the time being. All of my bookmark supplies are in here that I'm going to be making, and there's bookmark tassels in here. I just hung up some of my rulers. I was going to hang my paint up here, but I was really nervous about it getting on my nice fancy new desk, like it accidentally dripping out or something, so I decided to put them somewhere else. This is my OttLite. This is one of two. I actually need a mount, so I'm going to put like an extra piece of wood for it to clamp onto, because I got a clampy one, and then I'm going to scoot this one over here. This little gadget is my new wall mount camera setup. It's still a little working out the kinks in this and trying to make sure I have it set up the right way, but you get the idea. It just kind of pulls out, and then you put your camera here, and you can attach a light here or take this off and just put a single thing on here. I'll put that back before I mess up the whole gig here. All right, we'll deal with that later. But I also have this little guy with a spinny top on him for my top-down shots if I need to do that. So I'm gonna put that back, but that's what all this is. This is the one that I used to use actually. And then I would just set up my little camera on there, and it was hooked on with a C-clamp like this. But I did keep bumping it with my elbow, so it got a little irritating. So I'm really excited to give this new setup a try. So I'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. But so next to the desk here, I have this little cart, and this basically just has some extra tripods, my webcam, my Echo Dot that I have yet to figure out how to use, my old DSLR camera that has like 10 megapixels on it, so I don't really know how valuable or how useful it's going to be at the moment anymore. Power cord for any extra outlets I might need. I have my fancy new fairy light curtain, and it's just on a curtain rod and with some gray curtains. It doesn't go all the way down to the floor, but what can you do? So my furnace is in this half. I'm going to get a dog bed here for my little Jackson because he likes to stay with me. And here, I don't know if you guys can see in here, but is a box of shipping supplies and a whole crap ton of yarn and little extra picture taking stuff and things like that. I used to have a little crochet business before this, and I still have a ton of yarn left over. Okay, so let's do my shelves while I'm still standing up. So I just reorganized these. So this is the giant sketchbook that everybody was doing the sketchbook slam in. I'm planning on tearing out the pages and just using them as scrap because this book is so obnoxiously hard to work in that I can't stand it, and it sucks because the paper is really great in it. These are just some extra copies of my Inktober book. These are all of my papers, watercolor papers, and all of my sketchbooks. This is my toned gray paper, and this is an empty thing of paper that I have all of my artwork in. I'm considering doing a studio sale just to kind of get rid of them, but I'm not quite sure. So let me know what you guys think about that. Up here I have all of my art books right now, and my shark figurine, my camcorders in that bag, and then another shark figurine. And then these are just some random books. Most of it is for Inktober research, and then I have a Vlog Like a Voss by Amy Landino now, so make sure you guys check out her channel if you haven't already. Okay, so now we are under the desk, and here I have a roll of glassine. So that's just where I'm going to keep it for now. I was going to put paper towel there, but it's just more practical for me to put glassine there. Down here, I have an air compressor that my dad bought from a flea market a long time ago when I was trying airbrushing, I want to say about 12 years ago. And I didn't have the patience for it then, but I'm starting to get back into it now, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so in this chest of drawers that I was building this week, I have my Polychromos and my Luminance colored pencils in here. I have a transfer paper in here. There's a Winsor & Newton Pro marker set, some Inktense pencils, some watercolor pencils, tinted charcoal, graphite, and then my starter pack. This is what I used to have for colored pencil supplies. And then I obviously decided to upgrade a little bit. Let me stick this back in here. And then in here I have my Cotman watercolor set of pencil or watercolor paints and my Holbein gouache 18 set. I also have my dot cards, some tracing paper, and a paper palette pad, gray paper palette pad. I have the Stay Wet palette. I have not tried this yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, so I will definitely keep you posted on that. Some of my acrylic paints. I don't have a whole bunch. I think I have about maybe 12 colors or so. And there's that. Oh, and then down here we have some Inktense blocks, some Inktense pencils, and then the Derwent drawing pencils in there. All right, so tucked away in the corner by my little drawer thingy is my drawing board. It needs to be touched up with white paint. This is like a little fabric cutter board. And then I have my big drawing board that stands up. It's got the thing in the back. I love this thing, it's so great. And this back here is the ginormous light box that my dad bought for us a long time ago. It was originally for my kids in sensory play. You know those little glass shapes that you had, like the hexagons and the triangles, and you would have, and they would glow because they were transparent. So that was part of their therapy, and he bought a big one, and he goes, well, and then when they're done with it, you can use it for your art. And I never knew how in handy that thing would come, so that's that. And then over here in this corner, I have my Canon, what is this? MX922 printer. It's just an office printer. It's not a fine art printer. I've decided that I'm not going to print prints at home, and I'm going to order them from another place, and I will show you guys that information in a later video. Up here I have some printer paper, and I have all my Cricut laminate and sticker paper and stuff like that, because I'm going to start making stickers. And back here I have my little paper cutter guillotine thing in the box still, and it just tucks away back here. That's it. I hope you guys like the tour, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.